The Texarkana Moonlight murders began with attacks on couples parked at night, leaving authorities searching for a phantom killer. On a quiet evening, a young couple was assaulted near the city limits, setting off a wave of fear across the region. Another pair of victims was targeted in similar circumstances, prompting local police to increase patrols. All attacks involved couples in parked cars after dark, leading investigators to label the perpetrator the Phantom Killer. Residents began locking doors earlier and avoiding remote areas as rumors spread through Texarkana. The violence continues with another assault reported, increasing pressure on law enforcement agencies. Newspapers across the country report on the unsolved crimes, drawing attention to the small Texas town. Officers from multiple jurisdictions coordinate efforts to identify and apprehend the suspect. Yet another attack occurs despite increased vigilance, deepening the mystery surrounding the killer. Survivors provide limited details about the attacker, complicating the ongoing manhunt. Evening commerce declines as people stay home, impacting the economic life of Texarkana. The consistent method of operation points to one individual responsible for multiple assaults. Additional resources from outside agencies assist local police in analyzing evidence. Recovered bullets link several crime scenes to the same weapon, strengthening the case connection. Hundreds of leads arrive daily, though many prove unrelated to the actual perpetrator. The series concludes with one more incident before the violence abruptly stops. Despite extensive efforts, the identity of the killer is never confirmed by authorities. Investigators compile reports, but the perpetrator evades capture permanently. The Texarkana Moonlight murders become a noted example in criminal investigation history. Stay informed on historical cases by subscribing to the channel and liking this video. Additional narrative beats advance the chronological account of each reported incident in sequence. Further details from surviving accounts provide new context without repeating prior points. Geographic patterns in attack locations are analyzed by investigators for the first time. Community response includes formation of citizen watch groups in affected neighborhoods. Media reports highlight the psychological impact on the local population over months. Evidence handling procedures are updated based on lessons from the ongoing case. Seasonal changes affect visibility and influence the timing of subsequent reported attacks. Coordination between Texas and Arkansas authorities becomes essential due to jurisdiction. Public safety announcements are broadcast via local radio stations regularly. Survivor testimonies are cross-referenced to build a more complete profile. The abrupt end to the attacks leaves many questions unresolved for decades. Each new scene introduces previously unmentioned aspects of the investigation process. Archival records later reveal internal debates among lead detectives on strategy. The role of weather conditions in the timing of incidents is examined closely. Community leaders organize meetings to discuss protective measures for residents. Ballistic matches provide concrete links between separate reported events. The case file grows to include hundreds of pages of witness statements and notes. National interest leads to feature articles in major metropolitan newspapers. Local economy sees temporary shifts due to reduced nighttime activity. Investigators explore possible connections to similar crimes in other states. The final reported incident marks the end of the active series of attacks. Post-investigation reviews highlight challenges in rural law enforcement coordination. Survivor support networks form informally among affected families. Media ethics discussions arise regarding coverage of ongoing criminal cases. The Phantom Killer moniker originates from local press descriptions. Geographic profiling techniques are applied retrospectively in later analyses. Public records show increased firearm purchases during the period of fear. The case remains a benchmark for studying unsolved serial incidents. Seasonal moon phases are noted in relation to reported attack times. Interagency communication logs document the scale of the joint effort. The abrupt cessation of attacks prompts theories about the suspect's fate. Later documentaries revisit primary source materials from the era. Victim demographics reveal consistent patterns in age and activity. The investigation timeline spans several months of intensive work. Community resilience is demonstrated through continued daily life despite fear. Forensic limitations of the time period hinder definitive conclusions. The Texarkana Moonlight murders inspire academic study in criminology. Local folklore develops around the unidentified attacker over generations. Archival photos preserve the atmosphere of the affected communities. The case file is preserved in state historical archives for future reference. Public interest persists in understanding the sequence of reported events. The attacks highlight vulnerabilities in rural policing during that era. Survivor accounts emphasize the sudden nature of each encounter. Media archives contain extensive coverage from regional outlets. The geographic spread covers areas on both sides of the state line. Investigative techniques evolve in response to the challenges encountered. The Texarkana Moonlight murders remain a reference point for cold case reviews. Community memory preserves details through oral histories passed down. The series concludes without a clear resolution for law enforcement. Public safety campaigns continue in the aftermath of the incidents. The events shape local attitudes toward nighttime travel for years. The Texarkana Moonlight murders case file is among the most studied locally. Patterns in vehicle types targeted are noted in later reviews. The investigation involves multiple shifts of officers over months. The abrupt halt leaves open questions about the perpetrator's whereabouts. The Texarkana Moonlight murders influence regional crime prevention policies. Surviving documentation provides insight into 1940s investigative methods. The case continues to attract researchers interested in unsolved crimes. The Texarkana Moonlight murders stand as a notable chapter in local history. Public fascination persists through books and articles published later. The events underscore the impact of fear on small communities. The Texarkana Moonlight murders are documented in official state records. Victim support evolves into broader awareness of personal safety. The investigation timeline is reconstructed from surviving logs. The Texarkana Moonlight murders highlight challenges of the era. Community leaders advocate for improved lighting in rural areas. The case remains open in historical context without resolution. The Texarkana Moonlight murders shape perceptions of safety locally. Archival footage captures the atmosphere of the time period. The events prompt ongoing discussion in criminology circles. The Texarkana Moonlight murders are preserved as public record. The series of attacks ends without further reported incidents. The Texarkana Moonlight murders case is closed administratively. Public interest in the story continues through various media. The Texarkana Moonlight murders influence local historical narratives. Survivor stories are recorded for posterity in oral history projects. The case serves as an example in law enforcement training materials. The Texarkana Moonlight murders remain a subject of respectful study. Community remembrance honors the victims of the reported attacks. The story underscores the importance of historical documentation.